Diving into this, though, isn't that kind of silly? Like, if you're going to go to another country, for instance, you would have to conform to their rules, regulations, laws, and customs. And so, if the majority of a nation has customs which are based on their ethics and their ethics are Christian, you should conform to those things. Saying that we should just create a boundary seems silly to me. It seems like a conformity is a good thing in this instance. Don't we want Christian ethics?
No.
Why
No, because
not?
that's why Christians fight so hard for Christian nationalism, because they want a Christian nation to where they can run literally everybody's lives off of what the Bible
Yeah, but
says.
secularists want
But
the same
we're supposed to
thing.
be a melting pot of different cultures and different
No,
religions.
no,
And
no. Wait, dude.
we are
Wait.
supposed to respect other
No, we're
people's
not supposed. Wait, we're not supposed to be a melting pot of all religious dispositions. That was never the intention of the United
Nobody said
States.
all. I said multiple.
Well, but what does that mean, multiple? We're going to have a singular ethic. We can't, for instance, have people who are diametrically opposed to the worldview of most Americans integrate in the melting pot. There's going to be some metal that doesn't mix in very well. I mean, surely you understand that, right?
What are you trying to say there? They're like Muslims can't come to the country?
Well, I'm saying if you were to have let's say a 50-30 split, and then the rest were secularists, and 30% were Muslim, 50% were Christian, and the rest were whatever, that probably wouldn't bode well. You still want to have a super majority for some type of singularity for ethics. I mean, obviously that would be good. You yourself would probably claim that you would want the majority to be secularist, right?
Yeah, but I think secular can still respect religious boundaries.
Yeah, but I think that Christians can also respect religious boundaries by using your logic
No.
of saying, hang on, let me finish, I'm almost done. But by you saying, I would prefer that secularists had the majority, is the same as me saying I wish Christians had the majority. Because Christians would still be respecting the boundary, they would just want the majority to be inside of their worldview, just like you want.
I would argue that secularists respect religious boundaries much more than Christians do nowadays.
Prove it.
Secularists will still argue for people's right to practice their religions, but like religious people still send their children to religious camps, religious schools, and do not really give them a choice in religion, and they try to push that on everyone they can.
No, the opposite's true. Secularists are doing this. Secularists say
100% of the country isn't Christian. Why should we have in God we trust on our currency, which is supposed to represent the entire country's monetary value? We should not have that.
Wait.
It doesn't represent 100% of the country. So maybe
yeah, but using currency at all, doesn't represent.
Schools say one nation under God.
Okay, but that's silly. Wait, hang on.
To make other people of other faiths say that.
Yeah, but let me refute this. Not everybody in the country even wants to use currency. Maybe all of them want to use digital currency. Maybe none of them want to ever use the dollar. Maybe some people want to go to the bartering system. We can't institute policy on what a minority percentile of the population wants because it makes them feel good. That's absurd on its face. You would never govern that way in a million years.
Oh my God, we're not talking. You can. That's not even like a religious concept of like money.
What does that have to do with what? Listen to my argument. Hang on. Refute my actual.
We have to change up our entire.
Yeah. Let me get. No, you were saying that. Wait. You're saying that. Let's go back to the argument. What you just said was, but not. Hang on. I'm not straw manning. I'm actually going directly to your argument, and let me steel man your argument so that you know I'm not straw manning you. Your argument to me was, wait a second, sir, but not everybody in the country is Christian, so why would we have God on the dollar bill, which most people use? But the refutation to that is the same exact logic. What about all the people who don't want to use the dollar bill or want to use a different type of currency? It's the same exact logic. We're not going to apply the ethic to the entire nation based on what a slim majority wants. That's absurd.
The reason why we apply a monetary value across the board is because for order in society to function smoothly, that is something that's necessary. And it's not a religious value that you need to respect other people's like opinion on, because it doesn't disrespect religious values. It disrespects opinions about how
How
they
can you
think society
say
should
what
be.
does or does not disrespect religious values if you yourself aren't a part
Are
of the
people like
religion?
religiously
Wait,
offended by a dollar
hang on.
bill?
Let me finish. I just let you make your argument. Let me make my retort.
Go
How
for
can
it.
you make the affirmative claim this does or does not disrespect the religious majority when the religious majority themselves claim that it does? And when they're polled, they say that it does. And they are in the majority. Why should we create policy to kiss secularist asses? Why should we do that? That seems absurd to me. Secularists would not do that for us. They wouldn't say, well, the majority of you are Christian, and so therefore we should do blah. They would never do it. Why should we respect people who don't respect us?
Okay, you're kind of repeating yourself. I was just saying, like, is that a thing? Is that genuinely a thing? Like, Christians want to go back to the barter system? They don't want to use currency?
No, I'm not saying Christians. I'm saying I was refuting your logic. I was saying if your logic is, but not everybody does X, but that would apply to secularists as well. Not everybody does X there. Or maybe many secularists don't mind if God is there. Or maybe many secularists follow Christian ethics, but don't follow the God of Christianity. Using the argument ad populum is a bad argument.
Argument ad populum.
Yeah, that would be like an argument appealing to the majority.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the one appealing to majority because if you're saying it's a majority Christian country, they can run it how they want.
No. I was giving you an internal critique. So I was showing you that if you were to make the claim, I want to have a secularist nation because they reflect our values the best, or the values you want to see in the country the best. I want a Christian nation because it reflects the values that I want to see. Why am I wrong? I'm not saying that we should adhere to the quote-unquote tyranny of the majority. What I'm asking you specifically is why it is that if you want to have a secular nation, why it is that I shouldn't advocate we have a Christian nation. What's actually wrong with me doing that?
Because secularists today want to protect religious rights to be able to practice their religion freely. If Christians run the nation, that same respect will not be equally applied to people's right to practice their religion.
Yeah, so what's wrong with people practicing their religion in the majority and governing from that? How can you make the claim that we respect your religion? We just don't respect it if it's in the majority, most people believe it, and govern from that. That's not respecting the religion. That's the opposite. That's trying to oppress the religion.
Religion has rules that everyone needs to follow. Secularism does not.
Yeah,
Secularism
yes, it does. Can you murder people under secularism, sir?
That is such a bad rebuttal.
No, how is it a bad retort? Can you murder people under secularism?
Where's the... Okay, that's it.
Shut up. Give me the dude, answer my question. Don't be bad faith, bro. Don't be bad faith.
You're so bad faith. Give me the atheist
No,
Bible.
You're being bad faith. You just said religious people have values that everyone must follow. Don't secularists say you cannot murder? Isn't that a value you must follow?
To follow, I mean there's no set Bible for us to follow.
That's not
that. Our claims our claims to ethics and morality are malleable.
Oh, so murder's malleable in your worldview?
Right. You cannot argue what is right when you point to a fucking scripture.
Why did you mute me for a great back and forth? Wait.
You didn't let me finish and you weren't listening.
Well, but we're having a great back and forth, right?
No, we're not, because you keep cutting me off.
Bro, wait a second. Are you saying that murder is malleable in the secular framework?
No.
Oh, okay. Then why did you just get done saying that everything in the secular framework is malleable and not in the religious framework? Did you just lie to me, sir? Did you just lie?
Go ahead and repeat yourself.
Did you just lie when you said everything is malleable in the secular framework?
My bad. Continue.
You just told me to restate it.
Restate it again.
Okay, well, I'll restate it again. You literally just said everything is malleable in the secular framework. When I said, is murder malleable in the secular framework, you said no. So that's a performative contradiction. You want?
Yeah, not every single moral claim is going to be changed.
Why do you keep muting me before I even finish the question?
Because you're repeating it for a third time. And
well, you asked me to, though.
I said it wasn't genuine.
Okay, so let me repeat. Let me repeat what I said. Okay.
No.
No.
Dude, I'm not going to let
Okay,
you
fine. Then you ask the query then. That's fine. There's no point in having a back and forth. You won't allow it. I understand.
Like, am I going to be able to answer your question? Because you just
I haven't asked you one.
You didn't ask me.
No, what I said was it seems like
you didn't ask me 3 times if murder was malleable.
Well, no, what I said was you just got done saying that it was not, but earlier you said that the secular framework everything is malleable and in religion it's not, which is a performative contradiction.
If you would let me finish my answer to your question, but you didn't.
Go ahead and finish.
Thank you. I would appreciate it. Yeah. Obviously, there are very strong moral.
You're very upset, man. Calm down. Let's just have the convo.
All right. If you're just gonna bait, I'm good.
No, I'm not baiting.
All right. If you're just gonna bait, I'm good.
Kick me.
That's fine. I can just rebut to you when you can't interrupt me. So I'll just finish my point because that was like the 5th interruption to that one question. Can you be any more bad faith, dude?
Let's
Your
watch him
interpretation
cope.
of my claim that we don't have a Bible to follow is that we can change our minds on murder?
That's what he said.
That's how you took that point. Genuinely.
No, he said everything is malleable.
There are very strong claims that we are very unlikely to change our minds on because it is very commonly understood that it is immoral and it causes a lot of harm. But there are things that are a little bit more in the gray area that we can argue ethically, which I think you would agree on. I would hope so. About the education system, about people arguing when people can start drinking or when people can start driving or when we should issue IDs or when people should be given the right to vote or when people are smart enough to make certain decisions in life. Like, these are things that are very malleable that we can argue. People are, if we're going to talk about murder, you're a Christian, I'm assuming the world is just going to flip-flop.
That's what he said, though.
And change their mind about
everything in atheism is malleable.
How many people still flip-flop and change their mind about capital punishment or about pulling the plug?
These guys are fantastic at arguing when you're not there,
another person that are very strong moral claims that people would make under religion, but that is very malleable under secularism, that people could still argue with their faith or without and make ethical claims about it.